Okay, I have shared my screen. I think everyone should be able to see it. If not, please stop me at any time. I have began recording, so we will post this as I mentioned before. Again, my name is Rachel Noble, Extension Specialist for 4-H Youth Development. This is our Teen Conference orientation for our 4-H Teen Conference 2018. This is our, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. This is our orientation for our 4-H Teen Conference. This is our 94th year for 4-H Teen Conference, and I am excited to let everyone know that we have well over 730 participants between youth and adults. So it's going to take everyone to make this happen. So as we go through this, if you need clarification, please let me know. If you need to ask questions, please let me know. This is an opportunity for us to all get on the same page. There are a lot of new things that are happening this year with 4-H Teen Conference, and I want to ensure that everyone feels comfortable coming to the University of Kentucky and experiencing an awesome opportunity. I would like to remind everyone to please put your computers and phones on mute before we get started. Thank you. Okay. Going over the orientation agenda, today we will go over Teen Conference, just an overview so everyone will know what's happening. We'll talk about campus safety. We'll talk about floor meetings, deans, assistant deans, medical emergencies, and our next steps to make 4-H Teen Conference a success. The nuts and bolts of Teen Conference 2018. So you should have on the website, and you should have in your packet, had everyone fill out the UK risk waiver. This will be collected on site the first day of Teen Conference. You must have everyone who is attending fill this UK risk waiver out. This is everyone but employees. So interns and any 4-H agents or any other agents that are attending, any assistants, they're employees of the University of Kentucky. They do not have to fill this out. But volunteers and youth must fill this UK waiver out. Fill it out. We have to have it on file. So please make sure you have those when you arrive on Monday of Teen Conference. When you come to campus, please make sure that you have that UK risk waiver, and please make sure you have your personal identification enrollment forms. Please make sure you have a copy of this. New this year, we are asking everyone, youth, adults, interns, volunteers, everyone to have a copy of their personal identification enrollment form in their neck wallet. So please bring a copy for the adult chaperone, and please make sure everyone has a copy to stick in their neck wallet. This is new. This is a safety procedure. Everyone will be all over campus. People will be leaving campus and coming back with different educational offerings. So we want to make sure everyone is prepared in case of an emergency. If your youth do not have this, they will not be allowed to leave campus. So please make sure you bring extra forms with this.
Those V6 in them and put them on the counter.
Can everyone please make sure that your mic is muted or your phones are muted?
It's a pottery.
Someone talking about pottery, could you please make sure that your mic is muted?
Hello, this is Verlaine. I just came in.
Hi, Verlaine. Can you make sure your mic's muted? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
Okay, if there's a way you can mute it, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so also, please make sure when I send out the major cohort information and the minor information, there will be an additional piece to bring with you. Some majors have risk waivers. Some minors, the Leadership Minor Community Service has a risk waiver as well. So please make sure that you have the risk waiver filled out. If your youth does not have this completed, they will not be allowed to participate in that educational offering. You will see that when I send out the additional information about the majors and minors. Make sure you bring that to campus with you.
Oh.
On Monday, registration will be 11 to 2 p.m. There will be tours by the UK Ag Ambassadors, so please make sure you prepare properly. These will be mandatory. The Ag Ambassadors are taking the time to come to campus during the summer to give us an official UK College of Agriculture, Food and Environment tour. Please make sure that you plan accordingly. You will see your times listed below for your arrival. The arrival times may be a little bit different than past years, so please make sure you take note of this. On Monday will be dinner, opening assembly, and the dance, as well as the tours and admission presentation and move-in. Monday, the arrival times, you can see those highlighted. Districts 3 and 4, those will be 11 a.m. This is Eastern Standard Time. Districts 3 and 4 arrival to Woodland Glen 3 at 11 a.m. on Monday, June 11th. Districts 1, 2, and 5, your arrival time is 12 p.m. on Monday, June 11th. And then Districts 6 and 7, your arrival time is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Woodland Glen 3 on the University of Kentucky's campus. Everyone this year will be rooming in Woodland Glen 3, so that's where you're going to be arriving. Additionally, please make note, in the agenda, I sent out the agenda. It's posted on the website. I sent it out on the email. Please make sure that you have the agenda. We will not be printing agendas for the entire conference. We will not have a program. We will be using the guidebook app, and we will be pushing out updates as we go through. For those who do not have a smartphone, we will have very few copies of the agenda available at the headquarters tent, which I will talk about in just a little bit. But if you look at the agenda, the UK Ag Ambassadors, Districts 3 and 4 will do their Ag Ambassador tour at 1 p.m. Districts 2, 1, 5, 6, and 7, you will do your Ag Ambassador tours at 2 p.m. So please make note of that. I know it's a time crunch, but please, please, please prepare to get your kids checked in, get them moved in, and get them downstairs to the classroom in Woodland Glen 3, where the Ag Ambassadors will be doing their tours and admissions presentation. On Tuesday of Team Conference, in the morning we will have our major cohort areas. Then we'll have our candidate assembly. That will be in Memorial Hall. The minors also take place on Tuesday, and those will happen right after the candidate assembly in Whitehall Classroom Building. After that, we'll have dinner, of course, and we'll have the achievement assembly in the Student Center. And then we will have our county or district night out after the achievement assembly. On Wednesday is a very busy day. As everyone can see, our schedule is very packed this year, so it's extremely important that you do orientation with your delegates and your volunteers and anyone else that's attending Team Conference with you. On Wednesday, we go to our major cohort areas again for our educational workshops in the morning. Then we have our community service project in the afternoon. Directly after the community service projects is our fun shops. Those fun shops will be located in Whitehall. Many are located in the dorms. So please make sure that if you are chaperoning a service project or you're teaching a workshop, a fun shop, that you are prepared. Ideally, what I would do is if I were driving, I would take my materials for my fun shop with me to the community service project. When we come back to campus, drop the kids back off at Woodland Glen 3, and then go directly to the Whitehall Classroom Building or wherever my assignment is. There is parking over on that side of campus where you need to be. Voting will take place on Wednesday for our officer candidates. Please remember that there will be 2 delegates per county, a male and female or a portion thereof. On Wednesday evening, we will have our fashion review, performing arts troupe showcase, and our officer announcements. Those will happen in the Student Center this year. And then on Wednesday evening is the dance. This will happen in the Woodford Room at Kroger Field. A couple of years ago, we did use Woodford Room for our dances. That's where we will be again for our closing dance. And then on Thursday, our closing assembly will be at the Student Center, and everyone should be able to depart the University of Kentucky's campus by 12 p.m. Are there any questions about the overview of the agenda?
Hey, Rachel.
Yes.
Performing Arts Troupe is doing auditions at 2 o'clock on Monday. What will those kids do for their campus tour?
Those individuals will, they will miss the campus tour this year. Unless they can go at 1 o'clock and then get back over to Memorial Hall, which I don't know if they can do.
Thank you.
The Performing Arts Troupe will have their auditions in Memorial Hall. The Science, Engineering, Technology Board will be in the 90. Spotlight orientation will be in the 90. And then the Fashion Leadership Board will be they'll either be in the 90 or the study area. So please watch for communication from Marjorie about that if you have individuals applying for the Fashion Leadership Board. Okay, the facilities this year, no. Both dances are not at the football stadium. There's one dance at the Student Center on Monday, and then the other dance is at the Woodford Room on Wednesday. The facilities we're using this day: Woodland Glen 3, Memorial Hall, Whitehall Classroom Building, Ag North, Erickson Hall, Funkhauser, the 90, Jacobson Science Building, Barnhart, the new Student Center, and the Woodford Room at Kroger Field. There are a couple of educational offerings that will be going to other places. For example, the Good Barn, there are a couple there, and then also there's an additional, there's one of a natural resource offering that will be going to a different building, but these are the main buildings that we will be utilizing during our conference. The Ag Ambassadors will be giving tours on Monday, and we do ask that this is mandatory, so please make time to do that tour. Paul Adkins said that his intern attends UK, and she might be interested in doing a tour for PAC kids. We can talk about that later if there are PAC kids who, if you would like a tour, contact Paul. I will remove myself from that. So contact Paul if you would like his intern to do a tour. This is only in extenuating circumstances. Everyone needs to attend the UK Ag Ambassadors official tour. The tours are listed on the agenda. Again, District 3 and 4 is at 1 p.m. District 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7 is at 2 p.m. Those are listed on the agenda. Okay. Moving on. Where will we be staying? The entire conference will be in Woodland Glen 3. This is extremely exciting for me, and I think for all the other adults, I would say that we're all in the same building. I think this will be great for the morale of the conference as well as for the safety reasons. So Woodland Glen 3 sits between the Sports Center Drive and Woodland Avenue. If you know where the towers are, the old towers with Kerwin and Blanding that we used to stay in, those are right next to Woodland Glen 3. There were a group of boys that stayed in Woodland Glen 3 last year, so these are the same, this is the same building that we were in last year. Each room comes with a microwave fridge combo, and everyone will be given their key card that they will be able to use to key in and out. If they lose that, they will have to pay. There are elevators. There are 5 floors to Woodland Glen 3. There are elevators, but if we'll try to encourage people to walk up the stairs if they can walk up the stairs. There are lots of open hangout spaces. On the first floor, there's a huge classroom where we'll be doing registration and voting. There's also kitchenettes in different places in the building. There are multi-purpose rooms. There are study rooms. There's also lounge areas throughout the entire building. I do want to make a note that if you look here on our slideshow, when you walk into the room, you will be sharing a room with another person, but everyone gets their own small private room. The beds in those rooms are full beds. So please make sure that your youth, adults, volunteers know that they need to bring full sheets or sleeping bags, something like that. There will be a common living space where there's 2 sinks, and then they will share a bathroom with one other person. So this is a really nice setup. It's really a great residence hall. So please make sure that your youth are prepared for sharing a room with one other person, and then also for the full sheets. This is a layout of the floors. As you can see, this is a huge building. There are 5 floors, and we are pretty much consuming every single room in that building. We're finalizing the housing. Shout out to Kendra Ewing Jones. That's really hard, so thank you so much for doing that. And that information will come out at a later date. So as you can see, 5 floors. The different colors mean different common spaces that we can utilize. So some of our fun shops and some of our major cohorts will be in the Woodland Glen building, Woodland Glen 3 building, because there are kitchens and things like that in this building. Are there any questions about where we're staying? Okay. For immediate arrival, everyone will be in Woodland Glen 3, so everyone's coming to the same spot. For registration, you will arrive on Sports Center Drive. I highly encourage you to arrive at your time that you have been scheduled. There will be a holding area for you to drive to Woodland Glen 3. Please be aware there are multiple Woodland Glen buildings, and we're in Woodland Glen 3. The entrance sits on Sports Center Drive, and there will be a holding area diagonal from the entrance to Woodland Glen 3 for you to drive your vehicle to that holding area, park, get out, come in, register, and then have your kids unloading during that time at the holding area and bringing their bags to Woodland Glen 3. This holding area, you cannot stay longer than 15 minutes. We've had to purchase these spaces, but I think this will be really great for drop-off and for ease of use of the facility. We will have state team council members who will be directing you all into that holding space and holding those spots, and they will be in bright jackets. One agent or chaperone, please. You will collect registration materials while the rest of the group unloads in that holding area. I will show you a diagram in just a moment, but a couple of other key points about arrival, dropping off, and parking. If you did not order a pass, then you will have to go to the parking office in parking structure 5 and get your own scratch-off passes. Please, please, please note, you cannot park where we parked last year in the Rose Street Garage parking structure 2, and you cannot park in the off of Complex Drive, the old where the Johnson Center is, that parking garage. Those are core lots. Those are not available for summer parking. If you park there, you will get a ticket and you'll be required to pay it. So please do not park in those garages. Sports Center Drive runs behind Woodland Glen Complex. The doors to Woodland Glen sit on Sports Center Drive. I know I've gone over that, but I just want to make sure I say it again. You will arrive to registration by taking Woodland Avenue to Sports Center Drive. Sports Center Drive is one way, so you will end up on Woodland Avenue to turn on Sports Center Drive. You will see STC members in bright vests to direct you. Again, do not park in the parking structures that we've parked in previously. On the screen, you will see a diagram. There is a big red circle where Woodland Glen 3 is. It's the one that looks like a backwards, it's the one that has like, it's under, oops, sorry. I thought I could draw on the screen, sorry. It is the one that looks like it has multiple arms on the very back side. Where I've circled, that red circle is close to the baseball area. That smaller lot to the left inside that circle that's highlighted yellow, that is where the holding area will be. And then the big lot to the right, that area is also parking for you all. Anywhere on this map that you see that is yellow, you can park in those areas. Any other areas, for example, the purple or the maroon, please do not park in those areas. You will get a ticket. Also, the blue, please do not park in those areas either. You can park in any of the yellow lotted areas. Does anyone have any questions about parking? Sports Center Drive from Woodland, yes. You will enter Sports Center Drive from Woodland. So whether you're coming from the south or the north, wherever you're coming from, you will end up on Woodland Avenue and you will turn off of Woodland to get onto Sports Center Drive because it is one way. And I'm going to show you a diagram in just a little bit of the layout. Whoever is not on mute, whoever 606-287-7692, please put your phone on mute. Thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Moving on. For registration, I am trying to make sure that we are all on the same page. I know that it is a lot to get to campus, get your kids here, get them unloaded, get them fed, get them in their rooms, get them back down. So I'm trying to make this as seamless as possible. When you enter Woodland Glen 3 for registration, you will enter off of Sports Center Drive. If you enter from the other way, you're going to have to walk a long way from Woodland Avenue. So I highly recommend you to take Sports Center Drive, enter Woodland Glen 3 from Sports Center Drive. You're going to come into Woodland Glen 3 and you're going to go straight back to the classroom. This is where you will register your delegation and pick up all information. Your first step when you get there, I'm going to have big signs that say step 1, step 2, step 3. The step 1 is checking in, making any changes, and turning in your UK risk waivers. The individual sitting at this table will ask you and remind you to make sure that you have your PIE, personal identification enrollment forms, in for your youth to have in their neck wallet. And they will also remind you that if there are any additional waivers for majors, cohorts, or the community service, that you have those as well. Step 2, you'll pick up your county packets in the neck wallets. Step 3, you'll pick up your t-shirts. Please pick up your t-shirts. I cannot guarantee any swaps. I can guarantee that you will get the size, hopefully, that you registered for. And if we have any extras or anything like that, closer to Wednesday, Wednesday, when everyone wears their t-shirts, we may be able to swap. But please do not do any swapping in the beginning with me. If you swap among yourselves, that's fine. On to step 4, you'll pick up your parking pass. If you paid and registered for a parking pass online, then you'll pick up your parking pass. Step 5, you'll pick up a floor leader packet. If you are assigned to be a floor leader, you will find out before time. If you are a minor leader, you will pick up your minor leader binder at that time as well at step 5. Then you will take your list of individuals, first and last name, and you will take it to the housing desk and you'll pick up the keys. One person pick up the keys for your delegation. You will go and you'll move your delegates into Woodland Glen 3. You will have room check forms in your county packets, as we have done in the years past. After you or your intern or assistant checks off that all the rooms are okay and makes note of anything that is not okay, then you'll bring those back down and you'll turn them into step number 7, which is turning in your room check forms, and we'll have a sign for that as well. Someone asked if we could place a large 4-H banner. Yes, there will be a large poster, huge board that we have had made stuck in the grass that says Kentucky 4-H Teen Conference. And then Scott County is also going to let us use their, I think they're called feather banners. We're going to use those as well. So you should be able to easily see the entrance of Woodland Glen 3. Any other questions about check-in? Okay, moving on to assembling for events. When gathering for assemblies, please do not leave until your scheduled time. The State Teen Council members have been assigned to fun shops, they have been assigned to minor sections, and they have been assigned to major cohorts. And they have gone through training on exactly what they should do when they are gathering groups. Everyone will be lined up around the Woodland Glen complex in sequential order. In many years, we have been very disorganized in this, and I think that that's okay for the past, but I'm trying to move forward with a more organized approach. So what we're going to do is I have gotten big signs made. They're the half size of a yard sign, and they say Major Cohort Ag 1 or Major Cohort EA2. And on the kids' name tags, it will have that. Major Cohort Ag 1 or whatever they've been assigned. And we will stand in alphabetical sequential order around Woodland Glen Complex. The State Teen Council members will have those signs held up for your individuals to go to their major cohort areas. For the minors, each minor has a section. For example, Jan Gibson's section is 107. So it will say minor 107. On the name tag, it will have minor 107. So the kids, adults, whoever will be able to find on their name tag the number and go to where that STC member is standing with that minor 107 sign. For fun shops, again, it will say fun shop 1, fun shop 2, whatever it says on their name tag, the kid will find fun shop 10 and go to fun shop 10 in sequential order. We will be practicing that with the State Teen Council members the weekend prior to Teen Conference. But we will be in alphabetical sequential order for gathering of assemblies. We will, for our major cohorts, we will gather in Woodland Glen Complex. For our fun shops, we will gather in Woodland Glen Complex. For our community service project, we will gather in Woodland Glen Complex. For our minor, leadership minor, right after the candidate assembly on Tuesday, we will dismiss by section number from Memorial Hall. The State Teen Council members will come down to the stage, get their sign, and I will, one by one, release the minor sections to go to Whitehall. The leaders who are in charge of the minor sections, they will leave first and go directly to the Whitehall Classroom Building and pick up their materials from Sherry Farley, and our State Teen Council members will stay and get their members together and take them to Whitehall Classroom Building. For our major cohort areas, the State Teen Council members will get a binder, and in that binder, it will tell them special instructions if their group is leaving campus or staying on campus. If groups are leaving campus, we have assigned drivers. If we've discussed this with you, you know. There will be additional drivers assigned today. We're working on that today that will drive for our community service project. And we will contact you with that information. The major cohorts, if you are staying on campus, you will leave at the directed time in the agenda. But if you are leaving campus, the State Teen Council member in their binder will tell the time that they need to meet their ride. We will have various pickup locations. I'm going to show you a diagram in just a second. But we have 3 pickup locations to help ease the traffic situation that we've had in the past. There will be those feather banners again at each of the pickup locations, and there will be an adult committee member standing at those banners to make sure that our STC members find their ride and get people on their van by the time they need to leave. For example, Discover Dairy. Discover Dairy has to leave a little bit early. So everyone needs to make sure that they are to the meeting spots when our major cohorts start gathering, because we will leave directly when the time says in the binder for the state team council members. The dairy will meet together. The state team council member will take attendance. Then they will go to their pickup spot and they will meet their ride at the pickup spot. The pickup spots are Woodland Avenue, Hilltop, where the circle is, the loop is for the library, and then also Sports Center Drive. And I'm going to show you a diagram where those pickup spots are for our major cohort areas. Those will be the same pickup sites for our community service project as well. So our state team council members will know which pickup site they are supposed to meet their driver, and they will walk their group after they take attendance to that spot. We've already talked about leadership minor dismissal, community service. Again, we just talked about that. Does anyone have any questions about the assembling for events? If you are a driver, you will get information from Ashley Osborne or I about your driving whatever section you are supposed to be at this pickup spot at this time to pick up your group. For risk management purposes, I want to make sure everyone knows that every major cohort area has a binder, and inside that binder there is a risk management plan with emergency contact. There is a master sheet of individuals who are in that section with any allergies that the leader needs to know about. There's also an agenda. There is an injury report form. And there is the insurance claim form. So in that binder, it's kind of like the go-to book for all of our major cohorts. And then the Leadership Minor Community Service Project will have a binder as well with all that information in it too. So you will have information about who you have with you in your vehicle. Any questions about that? I know it's new, but I think that this will help us with making sure we don't block any areas of campus. Okay, moving on. We have assigned community service sites to all of our minor groups. We did that yesterday, and they have been randomly assigned. We did take into consideration the allergies that were mentioned on that form, if anyone had any allergies or special needs for your community service project. There are a couple that I did say that there would be waivers, so please make sure that you read the information I send you for team conference, because if your individuals do not have their waivers, then they will not be able to participate. There will be an HQ tent for lost individuals or individuals who forget their information. So as soon as our state team council members take attendance and they see on their binder we need to meet our ride at Woodland Avenue at 8:15, for example, then they need to be gone. If someone misses their ride or their group, then they come to the HQ tent. I'll have a big sign that says headquarters, and we will have it in front of a pop-up white tent, and those individuals will need to come to that, and they will get reassigned to a group that doesn't need a waiver or a group that's on campus. This will be the case for community service and for major cohort areas. Okay. Drivers for majors and minors have been assigned, and they will continue to be assigned today. If a group will leave campus, they are assigned a pickup location, as I mentioned. The group state team council member will walk them to their assigned location. The locations are behind Woodland Glen 3, Sports Center on Sports Center Drive, Woodland Glen Complex on Woodland Avenue, or on Hilltop in front of the library. There will be a state 4-H, or there will be a 4-H flag there for the pickup site and a committee member. Again, if anyone misses their ride, or they don't have a waiver form that they need, or they don't have their personal identification enrollment form in their neck wallet, they need to come to the HQ tent and we will reassign them. Okay, here is the map of the area that we are meeting at for leaving campus and also staying. This huge, big green star, that is the Woodland Glen 3 Residence Hall. It is huge. It pretty much takes up the entire backside of Sports Center Drive. The yellow star is, this first yellow star on Sports Center Drive is one of the pickup locations, and it's also the entrance and exit of that building that you will come in for registration. Woodland Avenue, as you can see, it's a little bit of a walk, but if you can see here, this is the courtyard, and this is where we will be lining up our major cohort areas in sequential order, and then this is also where we will be lining up our community service projects in minor section order. Woodland Avenue, this yellow star here, this is where we will have another pickup location for drivers. Excuse me. Then Hilltop Avenue here, this big white building, that's the 90. That's where we're having all of our mills. That's on Hilltop. This yellow star here, this is another pickup site. It's just probably a 5-minute walk to the library, which is right here. The library circle is another pickup site. For everyone's information, this is University, so if you get your bearings, this is University, Hilltop, Woodland, Sports Center. Any questions about pickup or where you're going? Here are the two big towers that we used to stay in, Kerwin and Blanding, and the low rises, so you all can kind of get your bearings of where we are.
Hey, Rachel?
Yes?
This is Janet. On this map, where do we park?
Yes, this map does not have parking on it. You would follow, can you all see my mouse moving?
Yes, we can see your mouse.
Okay, so if you follow the mouse, so here's Woodland Avenue. Woodland Avenue is two ways. This way up here is toward downtown. So if you're coming in from the interstate, you would take Woodland into campus, turn left on Sports Center, follow Sports Center all the way around, keep driving drive past the Woodland Glen 3, and then on over here, right here between this field and then the baseball field is over here. The holding lot is right here, and then on the other side of the holding lot is where you're going to park.
Does it have a name?
The parking?
Yes. Uh-huh.
I don't know the name, but people keep saying it's the baseball stadium lot. So
Okay.
it's between that track and field area, which is right here at the bottom of our map, and the baseball stadium.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions? No? Okay. Like I said, I did send this out, so if you need to print this out, I encourage you to do so you have this information. So please make sure that you know where you're going, and we're happy to answer any questions. Whoever has their phone not on mute, can you please mute your phone if you're on your cell phone? It sounds like you're driving, and it's a lot of backup noise. Thank you. Okay. On to floor meetings. There will be floor leaders, as we mentioned. I will be looking at the different areas of our of the Woodland Glen 3 building. As you saw, there are many floors and there are many different halls. So we will be splitting up. There will more than likely be more floor leaders than we have had in the past. We have in the past, if you've been in an RA room, you're the floor leader. That's not necessarily the case now. So please watch out for information. If you get information from me about being a floor leader, you need to pick up your packet of information with a list of people who are in your area on the first day of team conference. So the purpose of the floor meetings are to check in with the adults and make sure that everyone is feeling good, that we understand what's going on the next day. The state team council members, many people ask what the role of the state team council members is. I would ask them to review the agenda for the next day. Please remember that visitation between floors is highly discouraged just for safety purposes. I will give you who our deans and assistant deans are for the event. So please make sure that if you have an issue, please call the dean or assistant dean up for that night. And then please collect, excuse me, please collect the trash nightly and take it outside. The compactor is outside. And so that we don't have a buildup on the last of the week. So you can also have your state team council members collect the trash and then take it downstairs to the front desk and ask them where they would like the trash. Because again, this is a new building. I'm not exactly sure what where the trash compactors are off the top of my head.
Hey, Rachel.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Miss Kendra. One of the floors will be mixed, boys and girls on that floor, just so everybody is aware of that. It'll be floor 4, or the fourth floor. It'll be District 7 and 6 boys and 5 boys, and then District 4 girls will be on there. But
Okay.
there's clear separation between the two, so
Perfect.
shouldn't be any problems. We had to do that last year too, I believe. So
yes. So please make note of what Kendra just mentioned. There will be a mixed floor on level 4, and that's why it's extremely important that we have these floor meetings. This year, as I mentioned, we will be using Guidebook. Guidebook is an app on Android or smartphone, and this is how we will evaluate Teen Conference this year. After each of our sessions, our state team council members have been directed to get people to take the evaluation for their session on Guidebook.
Rachel,
Yes.
that 692 or 27, whatever number, every time they cough or breathe or talk, it cuts you out, and all I can hear is them.
Okay, what number?
It's a 606-287 number. I'm hearing them more than I'm hearing you, I think.
Well, that's my number, but nobody's in. I mean, there's nothing. I don't know how. There's no noise here going on.
Okay, 1 second. Let me see.
How is you today?
Okay. I am just going to try to mute. Is this better? Yes, okay, awesome. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm trying to make sure that, okay. Let's keep going. Okay. Okay, risk management and code of conduct. Risk management. County is responsible for travel plans to and from the University of Kentucky. Youth should have their personal identification enrollment form with them. I know I've said this many times, but please, please, please bring a copy for yourself or the chaperone. And then please, please, please make a copy for each member that will be at Teen Conference to put in their neck wallet. The neck wallet that I'm calling is the green wallet, the Kentucky 4-H green neck wallets that we've had in other events. They will need to wear this at all times, so that's really important. This will provide consistency and safety for everyone across campus. Please review the risk management plan with your delegation. Please save my cell phone number in your phone. Additional people that are in the risk management plan, Ashley Osborne and Chuck Stamper are both in the risk management plan as well. You have their cell phone numbers. And then Karen McCreary is helping with major cohorts. You have her cell phone number. Allison Johnson is helping with the leadership or the community service. You have her cell phone number. And then please make sure that your youth download the Guidebook app, because we will send out information through that app for those who are following along. Any room changes or anything will be on that app as well. Again, the list of phone numbers will be on the back of the name tags in case something happens. The emergency contact information is on the back of the name tag. Everyone, please, 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 adults, please, please, please attend your major, minor, and fun shops that you've been assigned. If you do not, this causes us huge issues related to risk management. And We have recruited a lot of different faculty and staff from different areas of campus and the Lexington area to provide our major cohort areas this year specifically. And if you do not attend those people may not come back because we have had issues in the past where there is not an adult there to help the guest facilitator with issues related to behavior. So please, I'm asking you and begging you to go to your major cohort areas and your minors and your fun shops if you've been assigned. If you, for example, have go to your major and there are a ton of adults in there, don't leave the building. You can just check in and say, hey, I'm here, and then sit outside and do work. That's completely fine. But please make sure that you go and check in with your facilitator. Our state team council members are all assigned to all of those educational offerings, but it's also really great to have our 4-H agents and interns in those as well to make sure that there's another adult presence. Please review the dress code with your delegates. The team conference shirt will be worn on Wednesday for the community service event. You will pick them up you will pick the t-shirts up on Monday. You will have them to your members and interns and adults. This is going to be awesome. UK Ag Communications is going to come and do a piece on the community service project. We got a grant this year to implement the community service project. So please have your delegates wear their conference t-shirt on Wednesday for the community service project. Also, please remind your delegates that for the community service project, they may be pulling weeds or they may be doing different things outside. So be prepared, bring sunscreen, make sure they're drinking water, that type of thing. And then please remind your delegates of the code of conduct and the rules that are on the back side of your personal identification enrollment form. I have a question. The app, will it remind them of what to wear when? Yes, we can do that. Danielle, we can add that. And Molly asked, do state team council members need to bring their PI form with the weekend meeting? And yes, I have copies of that, but it's ideal for them to have a copy of them for themselves as well because they will be at different parts of campus. Okay. Any questions about the risk management or code of conduct? What is the name of the app? It's called Guidebook. And I'll show you that in just a second. Deans and assistant deans. Assistant deans should be contacted in the event of a problem. Please contact the deans or myself. All problems should be directed in the following manner. The assistant dean, who will then contact the dean, who will contact the conference coordinator, which is me. If you do not have my cell phone, there it is. Please feel free to write it down, put it in your cell phone. There it is. Okay. Dean of Women, thank you, Jan Gibson. Huge shout out to Jan Gibson this year. She will be our Dean of Women. And her co-deans this year, Monday night will be Sherry Farley. Tuesday will be Karen McCreary. Wednesday will be Crystal Smith. So thank you, Sherry, Karen, Crystal, and Jan. Huge shout out to you. Thank you. The Dean of Men this year will be Tyrone Gentry. Thank you, Tyrone. Our co-deans for men, Monday will be Jeremiah Johnson. Tuesday, Tony Rose. Wednesday, Elijah Wilson. Huge shout out to those guys as well. Thank you so much for stepping up and being a part of the leadership team for Team Conference. Again, phone numbers are on the back of the name card and in the risk management plan. General medical emergencies. General emergencies, weather. I encourage you all to download the Live Safe app. We'll also send out any super serious information about if there's a weather emergency over the Guidebook app. But if there is a weather emergency, the adult that is with the group in maybe a cohort or a minor, keep them in the building until you feel the weather has passed. Medical situation. There is an urgent treatment center on Dove Run off campus, which is the university collaborated healthcare facility urgent treatment. And then for other things that are extreme situations, obviously 911 or the UK emergency room here on campus. Please make sure that you bring your insurance paperwork with the PIE forms complete. Incomplete or inaccurate may result in charges to the county, and this has happened in the past. So please make sure that the adult, their parent guardian, fills out all that information correctly. Also, all of the majors and minors will have that insurance form in their binder, but also in your county packets, there will be a copy of that insurance claim form in your packet as well, just in case you have to go to the emergency room and you can't get a hold of me. For all of the major and minors, there will be small first aid kits that are sent with the state team council members for Band-Aids and that kind of thing. I will provide a first aid kit for the front desk. So you can check at the front desk for a first aid kit. And then any medical issues, you do need to report those to me, the conference coordinator, so I can make sure that I have proper documentation of that. Everyone additionally in their county packet and in the major cohort binders and the leadership minor binders will have an incident report form. So if there is an incident, a fight, for example, there's 0 tolerance for a fight, so they would go home, but you would also need to document that on an incident report form that you'll have in your county packet, or if it happens during a major cohort, there is one in the binder as well. If it happens in a minor, there's one in the binder as well. Any questions about medical emergencies or general emergencies? Okay, things to remember. Agents, delegates will provide their own hand soap, towels, and linens, full sheets. Please remember these are full beds. Garbage bags and toilet paper will be provided. Tuesday evening options are planned by the county and district. Please make sure that your youth and adults and interns and everyone wear their name tags at all times and that their PIE form is in their neck wallet. I know you're sick of me saying that, but please, please, please have those in their neck wallet. And then remember, voting 2 per county, 1 male and 1 female required. Additional reminders, there will be a photo booth at our closing event in the Woodford room. So that is sponsored by our conference donors, and please make sure you take pictures there. For district assignments, please make sure that you help your district contact with a district assignment. Additionally, please make sure that you know that voting this year is not in the 90. Voting this year is in Woodland Glen 3 classroom. So please make sure that your delegates know that voting will happen in Woodland Glen 3 classroom. That's on the first floor of the residence hall that we're staying in. Additionally, this year, the officers are doing the donor challenge again, but it's going to have a little bit of a different spin. Please encourage your youth to bring any change, dollars, whatever they have, to donate to the Kentucky 4-H Foundation for teen programs. They will have a table set up in the lobby of Woodland Glen 3 where they'll have pictures of the state officers on buckets, and people can vote to see who they want pied in the face. So that pieing will happen directly right before the community service project in the courtyard of Woodland Glen 3 on Wednesday. Additionally, please remind your delegates that they can purchase a Kentucky 4-H shirt from Clover Corner from the State Teen Council. And this is this went out in earlier communication, but it is a general 4-H shirt. It's not just a leadership shirt or a State Teen Council shirt. It's for everyone. It represents all of our core areas. So please encourage your youth to bring money to purchase those. If you did not get a pass or reserve a pass for registration, you will need to go to the parking office in parking structure 5. For everyone's information, our opening assembly will happen in Memorial Hall. They are doing construction over there, so it's ideal if you walk from Woodland Glen 3 to Memorial Hall. If you feel necessary to drive, there will be a limited parking in the Funkhauser lot where you have parked in the past off of Rose. The other parking area would be behind Arby's area, and you can walk from behind Arby's to Memorial Hall. The Other assemblies will happen in the Student Center, and you can park in parking structure 5, which is directly across the street from the Student Center, and you can walk on the walkway over Limestone there and walk down into the Student Center. The ballroom that we'll be in is on the 2nd floor of the Student Center. If I'm not mistaken, the shirts are between $10 and $15. I think $10. I can find out. I'll have our treasurer send out that information again for you all to share at your orientations. Okay, campus safety. The Live Safe app is a really great app. Any alerts will go out on that app, so you can have people download that on their smartphones. And you just find Live Safe and find the University of Kentucky's class. So we do ask you to download this. This is from UK Safety. Download guidebook. Again, we will not be printing any hard copy programs this year. We are going to be using the guidebook app. So please make sure that you have your youth and adults download guidebook. You can find it under Kentucky 4-H. Right now, camp staff are using it, so if you download it right now, you're going to see a bunch of information for camp staff training. But as soon as they're finished with camp staff training, they will go inactive, and our Kentucky 4-H teen conference will go active. So download guidebook. I don't know if you all can see my phone or not, but guidebook, that's what the app looks like. It's a little G. When you open it, you'll see Kentucky 4-H, and this is what you're going to see. I don't know if you all can even see that, but it's worth a try. The different leadership grows here, character grows here, curiosity grows here, and confidence grows here. That's the picture you're going to see. So this is for guidebook. We'll be using this for multiple different summer events. So like I said, if you download it right now, you're going to see camp staff training. But as soon as they're finished, it'll go inactive, and our Kentucky 4-H teen conference will go active. If you have individuals that do not have a smartphone and cannot download the guidebook, we still will be using the Remind system, and you can see on the screen, please have everyone can obviously submit to the Remind system, but especially those who don't have a smartphone, we'll have a limited number of the paper skeleton agendas in the county packs, but they can also subscribe to the text system. And again, that's on the screen, 81010, the message at 4-H TC18. Please get social and follow us on social media, like Kentucky 4-H on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram and follow our Instagram stories, or you can check us out on Snapchat. This year, Spotlight will be doing Snapchat, and they'll have a specific filter for Kentucky 4-H Teen Conference. So we really want our youth and adults to get involved. Please encourage everyone to use the hashtag #EmpowerKY4H. Again, we will choose a new hashtag for our leadership programs at Teen Conference for next year, so everyone can vote on that, and we'll use that for next year. So please encourage everyone to use this hashtag. Additionally, for our photo booth at the ending dance, there will be a hashtag printer. So all of the hashtag EmpowerKY4H photos that have been tagged will populate in this printer, and individuals will be able to print those off as a souvenir or whatever from Teen Conference. So this is the end of our training. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to let me know. Document your orientation by going to the orientation website, answering the questions. The link is listed there. The State Teen Council has created an orientation for your delegates. Please find that on the website. Please watch out over the next couple of days. We will be sending out additional information for you all to use at your orientations. You will get information from me by Monday regarding assignments. You'll get major cohorts, minors, fun shops, and rooming. Please check to see if you have to have extra waivers signed for your youth, because those have to come to campus with them. And then watch out for the spotlight that's coming soon. I want to give a huge shout out to Molly Loxton from Oldham County, our state team council member over marketing. She is creating the spotlight this year and it looks awesome. So please watch out for that, and you can share that with your youth as well. Okay. You can, there might be a passphrase right now for the guidebook app, but I do not believe there is. And if there is, then Kendra said she did not use the passcode. So you don't need the passcode for guidebook. I did not need the passcode when I downloaded it. Okay. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? I really am excited this year about all of our awesome things that will be going on. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. If not, I'll stay on the line. Please make sure you get the link completed. Please orientate anyone that will be coming to orientation or coming to team conference with you, adults and youth. And then please make sure that if you will read your emails, that will be great, so you can get additional information. Thank you all so much. I'll be sending out the link for verification as soon as I can get it downloaded from the Zoom site and uploaded to YouTube.
No, we're done. Oh my God. But go ahead and do the
hi, everyone.
that you were there. Thank you.
Awkwardly,
Oh, you have to go to the store?
Yeah.
Will you prop that? I mean. Alrighty, I'll see you later.
Jeremy, you look very happy.